Bob here with More Space Engineers, and today, well, we're going to take a look at the hangar doors and maybe do a little bit of work in the hangar, but I want to get an elevator situation sorted. Oh, so that is going to be most of our focus for today, I think. We'll see how that all goes, but I did want to give you a quick update on what we've done with the doors. So a couple of folks have made mention that maybe change up the door design a little bit, and playing around with it, I'm thinking I might. So what we have right now is this giant vented area over each of the hangar spaces, which is nice because you can see down in there and you can actually get a good idea of what's in it, but not necessarily the most defensible. So I was thinking maybe do something like this where you can still see stuff that's down there, but you end up with a little bit more of a defense on the middle section. And it has the benefit that if we want to do something with it a little bit later, we'll be able to. And I'm not going to go into it too much, but think along the lines of vault doors. So we may be playing around with some concepts of that a little bit later as well, and I'm honestly kind of liking the way that this whole thing is looking. So we may end up doing that. And what I did is here we went with the walkways with the railing on both sides. I just think it looked a little bit better, added a little bit of texture in there, which was sorely needed. And I think having this little ridge piece in here, we'll turn the light on so you can see, I think makes it a little bit more visually interesting, but I'm not sure. I'll definitely think about it a little bit more. Let me know what you think. I don't think we'll do anything with it today. We might, I don't know. Go ahead and put that in for now, just so that Bob can get all of that running. All right, so the other thing that we have done is I have gone ahead and put some lights in on the underside of the door. And we've maximized the radius on them. And if you notice, they are spaced in not necessarily the most optimal positions. And there is a reason for it. Basically, I wanted something that if any one of the doors is open, it will be bright enough that you'll be able to see that it's open without, slamming into it at high rates of speed. Because me and my flying habits, I tend to run into things. Oh, but now that we have all of this in, let's go back here for a second. We will drop down the UI, and we're going to say hangar doors. Let's open these. Feels like we should be playing some kind of music during that, right? Okay, one of my Bobs seems to have gone rogue because he seems like he's stealing blocks again. Now, wasn't this block just here? Ah, Bob, what you doing, buddy? All right. Stop stealing my blocks. So, I mean, it's very possible that was hit by a lightning strike or maybe one of the zombies when I was playing around with it earlier, because these doors have been open for a while. Which one are you? I think I've got all of them on the other side. All right. We'll see if Bob steals anything else, but... So anyway, the doors work. I'm liking the overall feel and look of them. But I do, like I said, I do think I'm going to probably repeat what we have over here, where we'll take that center line out and put the ridge line in. All right. So all of that is said and done. Let's drop down here. If you notice, most of this is now welded up. What we did is, I'll show you here. If you remember, we were talking about having a break in the line. We went ahead and put that in, have that coming up and around, and it is mirrored on both sides so that coming into the area at least, we do have some redundancy there. And then that just basically feeds a line that comes in under here into two angled or corner pieces. And those corner pieces then feed our line. And then under each of these connectors, and we are using a modded connector for this. This is from the Zardos connectors. So underneath of these are a single bob pointing straight down. And then we've repositioned the bob's work area to encompass basically everything from about that edge of the wall outwards. So that way anything that comes into the airspace that is hostile gets taken apart. It gives us a little bit more defense out here, but it also gives us the ability to repair everything. And then when we're ready to and turn this into an actual shipyard, we'll be able to build ships down here and not worry too much about it as well. Let's see, you guys are up there. Oh, do I want to have... I do think I'm going to put the conveyors in here. Let's grab this. I think we're going to head carry those forward. Take that out. And I might drop this, have this come down, drop, and then come up into the wall. I haven't decided yet which way I want to go with these, because I'm doing the same on the sides. And I think what we're going to do is actually have it come through the floor and then up into the wall itself. And then we'll have connectors, I don't know, like maybe a third of the way up and then a third of the way in. So I'll have to do some math on that and figure out where I need to put them. But then I'll repeat that on both sides. And it basically just gives us multiple areas that we can connect into the grid. And if we wanted to, we could actually put more bobs into the wall and have that be, you know, basically you turn on your projector and suddenly your ship's built. At least in theory, right? And I have to say, with those lights up there, we actually have a surprisingly a large amount of light on the floor. And if we really wanted to, we could put some light panels down here, and that would make up the difference. But what I'm going to do is we'll have light panels on the walls. Thinking, what have we got there? It's what, 4, 8 to a side. So I'll probably do 4, maybe 5. So we'll have one there and then one every couple of blocks on each direction. And that should give us enough light in here that we don't need to worry about it. But we'll see how that all works. Okay, so let's get on to the meat of it for today. We want enough pistons to have a platform here and be able to have that push all the way up. Now, if I remember correctly when we did this last week, each piston, when it's fully extended, has roughly a 6-block range that it covers. Now, we don't need this to actually convey anything, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a conveyor in anyway. Yeah, we'll do that. So this way, if we ever do need to pipe them in for some reason, we'll be able to. Because, I mean, it is big enough that we could actually put the lawnmower on it. So we'll see how that goes. All right, so let's go piston. And since we know each one of these accounts for 6 blocks, we'll test that just to make sure. Let that get in there. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fully extended. 7th block, 8 blocks. So if we put a second piston on there, that second piston will take us to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10. So it has to. So we need 10 blocks So if we say 17-ish that we need to account for, which means we're going to need 3 pistons. Let's go ahead and do that. Why are you unable to place? There we go. Okay. And now what we'll do is we'll set it up so each of these has a minimum distance that it'll travel. And that minimum should hopefully get us level. So we're up 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And how many did we say? So from here, we're going to talk about, need a block there, which is going to put us about on par with that. So 1, 2, 3-ish. So let's get our blast doors in. Yeah. And so this is basically just going to be very simple. I'm not expecting this to be anything overly complex. And I want all of these to be facing the same general direction. There we go. And what we're going to do here is we're going to place... how do I want to do this? Because I want to have a button on here of some kind. I'm almost out of hydrogen.
Like walking?
It's out of hydrogen.
Jetpack suffering existential crisis.
That was a little closer than I would like. Okay. So let's go industrial tank. Let's... there we go. Let's get our hydrogen refilled. Hey, thank you. Been a while since I've had the tank force end like that. So we should have... actually, we'll drop down and deal with these directly. Okay, so you are going to be hangar elevator. Lower. You will be mid. And you will be upper, or we'll say top. Okay. So now if we come down here and we say elevator, we're going to have all of these share their tensor, hopefully. Let's set this to 1.5 meters. All right. That's pretty close, actually. So 2 meters then. Let's do it this way. And this way we can hide these eventually, but for now, let's go. Okay, that gets us pretty damn close, actually. So if we go 2.5 meters. No, too high. So if we go. And if we reverse these. How close is that? I think that's pretty close. All right. So that'll be the minimum distance. So we're going to say elevator. And the reason why we want this to be the minimum distance is because that way when you hit reverse, it doesn't go anywhere. And then let's try. No. Let's try that again. There we go. Like I said, I basically want to see how far up we can get this. So that'll come up to there, which actually works out where we wanted it, roughly. Because what I wanted to do is have a system where we go, let's see, let's get rid of some of this stuff. And we're going to go heavy armor block, heavy armor block. And you are going to come back this way. And so what I want is I want to have basically I want to have something that allows me to come out. So we want to go here maybe. On both sides, and then we say something like this, maybe. I think that'll work. Now we just need a button here, but what I want to do is I want to have this basically be a platform. Let's see here. Where's my... There we go. Because originally what I was thinking was have something like this, where we go See, I don't know if this is going to work or not. And then here, I guess here we could actually just, you know what? If I get rid of that, yeah, I guess we get rid of those. So maybe then we say, block there. Let's go block there and block there. And then on this side, we will end up with that. So I think the worst that can actually happen here, honestly, is that this thing blows itself up. Alright, so I should need one more there. Okay. So now we're going to reverse this thing and see if it blows itself up. Any bets? Yep. So I was afraid of. So that's that one. Actually. So you'd be able to walk out here. Okay. Because what it might be is that these might actually be okay. So if we go with that one there, and instead of having this stuff out here, we might be able to instead, do I want to do that? Let's do this instead. And then just to be cheeky about it, this way if it blows up, it kills us all, right? Nope. So is it, so can I get away with taking just one of these out? And that brings us up to there. So if I bring it down a wee bit. Alright, so what we can do then, or what we should be able to do, is bring this back for a second. And we're going to go let's see if it lets us do that. I should just go ahead and set this thing up with a button. We'll have you just do reverse for now. Oh, it does not like something. All right, what I may need to do then is do half blocks up there. That. All right, so I need to get in here. We're going to do their max distance. Let's go 9.8 maybe. Let's see how this goes. At least it hasn't blown up on us, right? Looks like the hangers are done welding too. All right, so I'm wondering if we go with this, is this going to be enough? I mean, I could get away with not having anything on there, but I would like to have some railings on it. What I may need to do is just take the plates off entirely. I mean, take the walkways out, that's what I should say. I wonder... if we were to put in... No, because that would still take that block up. All right, so let's take the sides off for a second.
Warning. Please check inventory for extraneous tools.
So for those who are wondering, we will actually have a timer installed at some point. And when you hit the button, it'll give you, like, I don't know, like 10 or 15, like maybe 10 seconds, 5-10 seconds to get yourself over here so you can get up. Now if we do... Okay, so I can get that in there, which means... in theory, I should be okay to go something like this. In theory. See, that side's still blocked. And this side is okay. That side still technically has collision. Alright, so let's see. So that would actually be able to walk up if we went that way. So how do we want to do this? Basically, we're just playing with the collision at this point. See what we can do with it. So what I'm thinking is we could do something like this. See if I can find it. See, we can get away with the plate there. So,
a steel plate cannot get to your inventory.
yes. All right. Because what I was thinking was is that if we do the 2 rail, oh, there it is, straight. No, I really want to have this be, you have one way on, one way off.
A steel plate cannot get to your inventory.
So I think we're going to leave it with those, and then maybe do a rail here. I mean, what I really like is to be able to put, maybe we can put the button there. Can we put a button there? I don't think we can, but we'll try. I guess I could do it that way. I really wish they had one of these where it was reversed. All right, so if we do that, let's see how close we can get. Almost there, almost there. Okay. That's as close as we can get.
Inventory is full. Maybe consider changing game settings?
All right, so we'll do then is nope. Yeah, that's right. Walk away. All right, so maybe then, since we know that we can't really put anything there, let's bring this back down. And what I'm thinking then is let's go ahead and try this. Maybe that'll work. So let's give this a try and see what happens. All right, so you will be extension. You will be retract. So this could either be a really good idea or a really bad one. Let's see how it goes. And like I said, eventually that will be actually closed in back there, so I'm not too worried about it. Ah, damn.
Inventory is full. Maybe consider changing game settings? Engineer. A steel plate cannot get to your inventory.
Alright, so
Engineer.
yeah, we're going to have to do that.
A steel plate cannot get to your inventory.
We tried. Okay, so since it wants to be a little punk about it, we'll do that one.
A steel plate cannot get to your inventory.
And that one.
You seem to be overloaded. Have you considered our inventory DLC?
And that won't let me place anything there. So yeah, we'll have to use the timing block to fix this. But we might be able... Oh, it's not going to let me swing that one. But I can place it there. That's just stupid. But not here. Oh, because I have the... oh, I forgot about that. Alright. Let's see if this is close enough to be able to set the buttons up. Yep, it is. Okay. So this will be the last time we try this. And what we'll do is we'll set the big red one to always be the call button. It's close enough that we can actually use it. So there are actually mod blocks that have things like buttons incorporated in them. One of the passageway mods, I think it was actually the original Passageway and More mod, has one of the passageway walls that actually has a button incorporated. So yeah, okay, that'll work. So now we get in here, we'll have a timer, say probably 3 seconds, maybe 5 seconds. It goes off, it sends us up. We have a working elevator, look at that. Now, one of the things I had thought about doing was setting it... What's hanging? Are you serious?
No matter
You're
how
going to start
hard
hanging
you
up
work,
now?
That will never fit. You seem to be overloaded. Have you considered our inventory DLC?
Alright, you know what then?
Warning.
Fine.
Please check inventory for extraneous tools.
You want to do this? We'll do it this way. How about this? Hey, whatever we have to do to get it to work, right? You actually need to come up just a touch. So the rest of this is basically going to be just tweaking it to the point that we get it where, basically exactly where we want it. Let's reverse up, reverse down. That is pretty much exactly where we want it. Okay. If we send it all the way up. Okay, so yeah, like I said, what I'm going to do is I'll keep playing with it, get it dialed in. I think that as far as what we're doing with it, this works. It doesn't need to be anything overly complex. They just need, that does need to come up a little bit further. So it's just going to be tweaking this thing a little bit so that we can get it to where we want it to be. So on that note, I am going to get out of here. I want to thank you all for stopping in. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun hanging out with you. I think we're actually going to take these out and put the half blocks in. The half wedge. Which would, I don't have on here. Okay. But we'll get all of this sorted out, and when we come back next time, this should be up and running. So I'm thinking to put these in instead.
No matter how hard you push, that will never fit.
And basically have, you come out of there, and have something like this. Ah, son of a. Let's try this again. Thank you. Turn off auto rotate. Oh. But gives us a little bit of protection, be able to drop down if we need to. Yeah, ideally, obviously you go up and out that way. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Hope you all have a fantastic day. Enjoy the rest of your week, and we will see you back here next time for more Space Engineers. As always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody.